Good morning, Monday morning mamas. We're going to give this just a minute to reach our Facebook audience. And while that's going on, I want to say hi to all the replay viewers this morning. And I also want to give a big shout out and hello to all the participants of the Balanced Mama Morning Challenge, because we are broadcasting live on the event page as well. I want to ask all of you that are joining us, whether you're on live this morning or on the replay, to give us some hearts down below. I love the hearts on the video, and to share this video with all the other moms that you know in your life. So let's jump right in this morning. Are you a mom who feels like you're just a mom? Do you have days where you wonder what your purpose is? Maybe you're a mom who's confident in your role as a mom, but you're wanting more. You feel like there's something more that you desire, that you want to reach out for. No matter what your reason is for questioning the leader and the goddess within yourself, this show is for you this morning. So welcome to the Monday Morning Mama Show, where we bring you fresh and fun inspiration every Monday morning at 7 a.m. Central Time. On today's episode 6, we're talking about stepping into leadership. Over the next 30 minutes, we're going to have a conversation about leadership and how motherhood comes with some amazing leadership skills that you might not even realize. By the end of the show, my hope is that you'll not only have more confidence as a mom and a leader within your household, but that you'll feel inspired to take on more leadership roles outside of your home as well. So again, I want to welcome everyone who is on live this morning. I am your hostess, Jessica Dugas, owner of Just Determined and mentor of moms in the Moms Online Mastermind community. Please say hello and let us know where you're joining from down below. It's in these communities that I help moms to reduce the stress and overwhelm in their lives and help them discover a balance that truly works for them, and have a supportive community where that loves them as they're going through this process of discovery and discovering balance. So let us know again where you're joining us from this morning. Let us know that you're tuned in live. I'm so glad you're here today. So let's jump right into our topic this morning, which is stepping into leadership. So whether you're on with me live or on the replay, I want you to comment down below on a scale of 1 to 10, okay? With 1 being no confidence at all, to 10 being no doubt in yourself at all, like you never doubt yourself ever. With how much confidence do you have in your leadership abilities? How much do you feel like a leader? Comment down below, scale of 1 to 10. And let me know your thoughts on how much you feel like a leader. So as I was doing some research for today's topic, I came across this great blog post from businessnewsdaily.com called 11 Ways to Define Leadership. And as I was going through these 11 things, I thought this is amazing, because every single one of these ties into being a mother. And that's how I'm going to approach this today. So I want to share these 11 definitions with you now and give you some thoughts about how you're already a leader as a mom, just by being a mom. You just may not know it. And then I'm going to share with you the one common theme that runs through all 11 of these points. And good morning, Lori. How are you? I love spending Monday mornings with you. Lori joins us for our Monday meditation inside of the Moms Online Mastermind, which happens right before this every Monday. And so glad to have her on there, and then jump over to the show here with her as well. And she's saying 8 or 9, depending on the day. That's awesome. That is awesome. I think I'm definitely a work in progress. I'm much more confident now in my leadership abilities than I used to be. I can tell you that much. All right, so Let's jump into these 11 points because I know we have 30 minutes to spend together this morning, and I want to make sure I get all of these covered and then tie it all together for you guys at the end. But please do comment, let me know how you guys feel about these different things below so that I can respond and we can have an interactive conversation here. So, number one, and these were, again, 11 definitions of leadership, things that define leadership. Number one is the pursuit of bettering your environment. Now, there are two ways to look at this, and I'm going to share one here, and then the second we're actually going to look at in number 9. But number one, even if you don't consider yourself a housewife, even if you're lousy with housework, I feel like most of us moms want to have a nice home for our kids to be in, for ourselves to be in, and for company to come over, and we work together to do it. I feel like, you know, even if, like I said, even if you're not Sally Homemaker like me, that you still have this theme of wanting a nice place. You have this pride in your home. So that's the first way to look at it. And again, we're going to get to the second one in number 9, of bettering your environment and what that looks like. So that's the first part of definition of leadership. The second thing is knowing your team and yourself well. Now, while as a mom, it's easy to lose ourselves sometimes when we become moms, you definitely know your kids well. And most moms, as we talk about in episode 4, we've got that mom sense, right? Or that intuition, and can usually tell what's going on with our kids without them even knowing that we know. Like, mom knows everything, right? We become, or we know our children so well, usually even more so when they're younger. And we'll talk a little bit about that when they get older too. But how many of you caught episode 4 and feel like you have kind of that intuitive sense, you know, what's going on with your kids, and usually they're pretty surprised to know that mom sees everything, right? So that was number 2, knowing your team and yourself well. You know yourself, you know your children. And if you don't know yourself, you feel like you've lost yourself, just hang on, and we're going to talk about that too. So number 3, quality of leadership is giving people the tools to succeed. As far as being a mom goes, no matter your belief system, you as a mom give your children the best, right? You want them to have the tools to succeed. You educate them even before they go to school. You're teaching them how to have manners and how to be in society. Teach them how to tie their shoes. Teach them the skills that they need to get dressed and to do their things throughout the day. You feed them the best that you know how to do. You want them to be healthy. You teach them how to take care of themselves. So you are giving them the tools that they need to succeed. So we had number 1, you want to better your environment. Number 2, you know yourself and your family well. Number 3, give your children the tools that they need to succeed. And number 4 is being open, authentic, and a positive influence. So do you ever notice when you are down in the dumps and you're having a bad day, how that can sometimes pass on to your kids easier? Your kids will get grumpy or start to get a little short-tempered, and maybe they just don't feel best if you stay in this kind of stuck place of feeling lousy all day, that it can bring them down as well. So when that happens, I know especially in my house, if I have 6 children, so when I am down and it's passing on to the kids and they're all down, that's not a happy place to be. So I definitely try to be more positive around the kids. The other part of this is that once you have teenagers, being more open and authentic with them can really help to relate to them when communication really isn't at its best. And I know Lori can probably relate to this as well with teenage girls. And I have a teenage son. Communication isn't always fantastic. So when we are being open and authentic and sharing our experiences and sharing who we really are, that can help open up that line of communication so that we can communicate with our teenagers better. And Lori's saying, yes, so true. They pick up on how we feel, right? The kids feed off of what we're feeling. And I think most of us even kind of unconsciously recognize that. And so we make an effort to say, we make an effort to be more positive, to say, okay, I'm fine. Everybody's going to be okay, and move on. So that was number 4, being open, authentic, and a positive influence. Number 5, leadership quality is clarity, confidence, and courage, right? We're always trying to boost our children's confidence as moms. We're out there at the ball field telling them, yes, you're doing a great job, or when they're doing their schoolwork, you're gonna do awesome today, you're gonna nail this test. We're always trying to boost their confidence and their courage to get out there, and I think most of us as moms want even more for our children than what we were or had or experienced growing up ourselves. And so we really want to see them being more confident and more courageous than what we were as children, and maybe even as we are as adults. And so I feel like that's kind of a natural thing with us, with most of us moms, is just that telling them, come on, yes, you can do it, get out there and get it done, you know what you need to do. And really being that motivator, that getting them to feel good about themselves. So that's number 5, clarity, confidence, and courage. Number 6 is building conscious and common goals. Okay, and how I kind of relate this to being a mom is with chores. We all kind of want a nice home. We want everybody to learn to pitch in. And so setting, these common goals of, okay, for example, if you have company coming over and somebody's coming to stay for like a week, you might prepare a space for them as a family. You might, get a room ready or whatever it is that you're doing, and you do it as a group. So I know that it may be a little bit different with if you have one child or, not as many people in the house as we do, but we have so much that are our common household goals as a family of 8. And so I feel like that's something that we do really well around here, is to share, share in the fact that we want a lot of the same things as a collective, and we're going to do whatever we need to do as a group to achieve those goals. So that's number 6, building conscious and common goals. Let me know, we're about halfway through our list now, let me know how you're feeling about these things, and if you're seeing how being a leader is kind of a natural thing for us moms, even if we don't see it with that word. So number 7 is being, this one's kind of funny, being the solution to problems. You let me know if you can relate to this at all. Mommy, 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 mom, mom, mama, right? Most times the kids are coming to us before they're coming to anybody else, especially when they're little. We are the solution to a lot of their problems, especially when they're They're little bitty. They come to us for everything, right? And so this being the solution to problems, offering solutions, it's kind of, it just happens, right? It just happens. Even, you know, when they're babies, before they can talk, they cry, and we offer a solution, right? We feed them, we change their diapers, we rock them to sleep, we sing them a song, we comfort them, and we are the solution to their problems. So that's kind of, even aside from everything else, I feel like that one is huge, because it just happens so naturally. And so Lori's saying, we definitely work together as a team. This is great information. I'm glad that you're finding value in this, because I really, I couldn't believe how many similarities there were between a list of like corporate leadership skills and being a mom. It really ties in so well together, I think. So that's number 7, being the solution to problems. Number 8 this morning is helping others to achieve the impossible. And it kind of goes along with number 7, the being the solution to problems. So when they're little, you know, a lot seems impossible to them. They don't know how to tie their shoes. You know, they're learning how to read. They're learning new things all the time. And it's amazing the wonder in their eyes when they discover that you've helped them. Something that was impossible to them is now possible, and you've showed them that, you know. You are helping them. I mean, we can't go through and do everything for them, so we want to show them that the things that they can't do, that they actually can, and how they can do those things. So that's number 8, is helping them to achieve the impossible. And now number 9, now remember in number 1, we talked about the pursuit of bettering your environment. And I told you that we were going to get to the second part of that in number 9. So number 9 is building the next generation of leaders. Now, in number 1, we talked about in bettering the environment. I referred to that as like your home environment, your actual physical place that you lived in. But most of us want our kids to grow up and make the world a better place, right? So regardless of our belief systems, regardless of our goals as a household, we have somewhat of a common goal to raise our children so that they can make the world a better place. So number 1, we talked about physical environment, but I think for this one, in building the next generation of leaders, we're also talking about making the world, the rest of the world, the big picture of the environment, a better place. So you are truly, as a mom, building the next generation of leaders, and they're watching and seeing everything that you do, and so much comes from that. So much of their adult lives are going to come from that, you know, what you do now. So that's number 9, is building the next generation of leaders. Number 10 is building followership. Okay, and so from the very beginning, that's another thing, is teaching our children to listen to us, right? We're teaching them, we want to teach them how to be leaders, yes, but we also want to teach them how to listen, how to take instruction, how to follow directions, because even if they become a leader, even like a big time leader, a leader in the sense of like the head of their own company, the head of even just the head of a department, even just the head of their household, just a mom, even if that's what they are still going to need to know how to listen and follow directions. So that brings me to my final point, and you'll see how this kind of goes full circle. Number 11 is actively listening. Actively listening is the number 11 trait to being a good leader. So we have to learn to listen to our kids. Yes, a lot of people think that, you know, kids should be listening to us, and that's absolutely true. But to discover who they are, to help them do all these different things that we've talked about today, you have to learn to listen to them. They're humans, you know, just like us, and they're just little. And so we have to learn to listen to them. What do they want? What do they need? And while, yes, it's important for them to listen to us, to follow our instruction, to do the things that they are supposed to do as a member of the household, it's also important for them, for us to listen and validate their needs and validate their feelings and the things that they want. And you can see how it kind of comes full circle, where we're teaching our children to listen to us. So when they get older, they can then listen to their children, re-listening to them. It kind of just goes in a circle, and it just happens that way. So really quickly, I want to go over those 11 different points. Number one, quality of leadership is the pursuit of bettering your environment. Number two, knowing yourself and your family well. Number three, giving your children tools to succeed. Number four, being open, authentic, and a positive influence, especially when it comes to those teenagers, right? Number five, clarity, confidence, and courage. We're giving our children courage to go forth and be leaders themselves. Number six, building conscious and common goals. Do things in your family as a team. Number seven, being the solution to problems, right? That comes the most natural, I think, the mommy, mom, 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 all day long, right? Number eight, helping others achieve the impossible. And remember, when you're frustrated, just see the look in their eyes, the wonder in their eyes when you've helped them to achieve something that they thought that they couldn't do. Number nine, building the next generation of leaders. I feel like most of us feel like this is our most important job as a mom. Number 10, building followership, teaching them to follow directions, to listen, to follow through. And number 11, actively listening, learning to listen to them so that they will in turn listen to others, especially when they are adults. So those are the 11 different ways to see leadership skills in your home, in your work as a mom. And now I want to share with you the one thing that ties it all together. The one thing that can make each of those leadership skills stronger, the one thing that can help us to achieve our goals by tapping into each of those skills, and that is self-care. Unfortunately, as moms, that does not always come easy. When we have children, we can put it's much more likely that we put ourselves on the back burner. And even if we wake up in the morning with great intentions, most days we say, oh, I'll get to it later. Next thing you know, you put the kids to bed, it's bedtime, and you pass out, right? You're tired. And I see you, moms, and I see you clearly because I was you. Once in a blue moon, I still am you. Sometimes life just takes over, right? Things don't always go perfectly. But once I realized that I am a leader, not just in my business through Here and Just Determined and the Moms Online Mastermind, but once I started realizing that I am a leader in my home and I am a leader to these children, and I started making my self-care non-negotiable, first thing in the morning, I became a better leader. I became a better mother. And I became a better human being. And I continue to better myself. And I continue to see how taking this self-care time first thing in the morning, how making myself a priority is continuing to make things better for me, and I'm continuing to be a better person. I often talk about how, and you probably heard me mention this a couple different times on the Monday Morning Mama Show, how I use the Facebook on this day as kind of like therapy. I look back at some of the posts I've made years ago and how far I've come. And I can see that growth. I can see that growth in those posts. I can see the difference in that learning to love myself and take that time for myself has made in my life. Lori's saying, I don't always do as well on the self-care. And I think that's, as much as I hate to say it, that's normal for moms. And that is my big inspiration for wanting to do the work that I'm doing and mentoring moms to learn to put yourself first again, or maybe even for the first time. There were a lot of us that even before we became moms, we were in this mode of kind of serving everybody else, being a people pleaser, doing what everybody else wants us to do and living their lives instead of what we truly want and need in our own being to make us feel joy. And so it's just important. It's important to get back. And I feel like not just yourself, but your family, and then through that, the entire world is going to benefit if you start putting yourself first again. And it's hard. It's a hard one for moms, because what I hear a lot is that they feel selfish. They feel like if they put themselves first, they're not going to have time for their family, or they're not going to have time for the things that they want to do. But you have to understand that putting your self-care first is going to benefit everybody else, because you're going to be a better person. You're going to get to know yourself better. So before I finish up today, I want to give all of you moms an opportunity to jump in on something extra special happening starting next Sunday, just 1 week from yesterday. I am hosting the Balanced Mama Morning Challenge, and I want you to commit today to putting yourself first, even if it's just for the 7 days of the challenge. I want you to experience the magic that happens when you make yourself a priority and take care of your whole being, body, mind, and spirit first thing in the day. This is going to be a 7-day challenge run by me through my Moms Online Mastermind community, and I am ready to encourage and uplift and love on all of you moms for that challenge. All you have to do is get registered. I'm going to show you really quickly the link for the challenge, but I'm on the screen, but I'm also going to post it in the comments below when I'm finished. So you go to www.momsonlinemastermind.club/challenge. And you just register at the link and get ready for the fun to start next Saturday. First email to get ready for the challenge is actually going out this afternoon, and there may be some prizes involved, so be sure to not miss out on the opportunity to treat yourself during this challenge and to also get registered, get entered for the prizes. Good morning, Kara. Kara's saying she's looking forward to the challenge. I am too. I'm really excited about the challenge and participating myself, and doing this right along with everybody else. I'm really, really excited. So again, you can go to momsonlinemastermind.club/challenge, and I am going to make sure to put the link down below for you guys. So really quickly, I want to thank you guys again for tuning in this week for this episode of Monday Morning Mama, where I come to you every Monday at 7 a.m. for inspiration for every mom. Join me next week, same time, same place, for episode 7. I can't believe we're on episode 7 already. And we're going to be talking about harnessing creativity. So it's going to be a super fun episode. So until next time, I'm Jessica Dugas, reducing stress in the world, one mom at a time. And I will see you next week. Have a beautiful Monday, everyone.